Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kyle Carroll from Carroll's Corner MMA podcast, and today I am with Alex Santiago, who's fighting on February 7th at Combat at the Space for Lou Neglia. Alex, how are you doing?
Good, man. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I'm doing well. You're fighting in a couple weeks. Tell us how you feel going into this fight.
I feel really confident for this fight. It's kind of a long time coming because I took a long break kind of recently, and this is my first fight back. But I've been feeling really good. I'm definitely prepared. All the work's put in at this point, so we're pretty much just looking at making weight and showing up at this point.
Awesome. And you're fighting at the Space in Westbury for Lou Neglia. This venue is kind of an intimate theater style venue. Also, a lot of UFC veterans have gone through Lou Neglia's shows, fighting on his cards down in AC.
Yeah, it's really exciting because one of the issues is that some with I'm not going to mention names, but some other promoters things where fights were falling through and stuff like that. And when we got on this card, something similar happened, but he had someone already ready to go. So someone like him kind of has everything prepared. And it's also great that he had a show like this, and then he has the shows in Jersey as well, like Ring of Combat. And it gives me a good path to follow and someone to stick with.
Absolutely. And without giving away any game plan or anything like that, tell us what's your first thought when you saw the matchup for yourself on the February 7th.
I like the matchup a lot. My trainer did too. And like you said, without giving away game plan or anything, we came up with something that we think complements the way that I like to fight, kind of naturally also, and that's also going to work perfectly for this fight. And I think you'll see on the 7th when we do, I think you'll see that game plan come pretty quickly.
Awesome. And I had the opportunity to be commentating your fight on the 7th. So I'm looking forward to that, seeing you get back in there for the first time in a while. The last time you fought, I believe, was in 2020 against Ryan Castro.
Yeah, it depends.
Tell us, yeah, back on Triton Fight 17. Tell us a little bit about taking some time off and what kind of gave you that itch to get back in the cage.
Well, I never intentionally took time off. A couple of things had happened, and one thing led to another. And before you know it, it had led to a significant amount of time. I also started my own business. And that's one of the things that allowed me to come back to fighting is I didn't always have to go work for other people. So now I have a lot of my work at home and I can take the time I need to go to the gym during the day and things like that and take the time to recover and focus on other things. So
What kind of business did you start?
I train dogs.
Oh, you train dogs. Oh, that's pretty cool. Like, how'd you get into that? Is that something you were always interested in or involved in, or is that
Yeah,
something you just
I was
picked
always
up?
interested in dogs, and I used to rescue like senior dogs and things like that. And then I started working for other people. And a couple of years later, I went off on my own. My business is called Canine Obsession, and we do all breeds, all sizes, a lot of regular obedience, but we do all kinds of different things too. We do some things with working dogs, dogs that sniff for certain things, and service dogs and things like that.
Very cool. That's awesome. Now, how's the weight cut for you going into this fight? Are you cutting much weight? Are you fighting right at your weight, your natural weight right now, or tell us how that's going for you?
This fight is not going to be much of a weight cut at all. I typically fight at like 145. This is going to be a 55 fight. So it's going to be just about a couple of pounds. It's not really going to be much of anything for me to make that weight. I feel good.
Awesome. And you train at Inferno Training Center, correct?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the culture there and for training at Inferno Training Center under Mike Andrillo and the reputation they have is for being hard nosed, a high level coach. What's the mentality and how do they push you differently than other gyms?
I think Mike just knows me as a fighter. I've been training with him for a long time, and I'm someone personally that went to a lot of gyms before I went to Mike, and I think maybe my personality didn't click with certain people, and there was always one reason or another that I didn't feel I was going to have a long-term relationship at that place. And when I met Mike, everything just kind of clicked, and he kind of liked my enthusiasm and kind of what I already had going on, and he just kind of started tweaking it from there, and we ended up just clicking, and he's been my coach ever since. And I love the gym. It's a small gym, but it's a solid gym, and everyone there cares about each other. And we all do what we can to help each other prepare for fights, and we all have each other's back. And I'm not really looking to go anywhere else. That's where I like to train.
Awesome. And when you're in the corner between rounds and things are chaotic and a lot going on, a lot of noise, people screaming, yelling, like anyone who's been to an MMA event or sort of a combat sports event, it gets loud and wild. What is one cue or specific voice of Mike Andrillo that kind of snaps you back into focus in that corner when he's talking to you.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean by he knows me as a fighter. He kinda knows what to say. It's not like, when he I see when he coaches the other fighters too when I'm there, it's not really a cookie cutter list of things that he says. He kinda knows who he's talking to at that moment, if that makes sense. So I remember
Absolutely.
certain times, sometimes I get a little lost in my own head, and certain times he'll look at me like, "Yo, you awake? You here?" And, like, that's what he has to say to me, and I wake up, whereas someone else, that might be, they might get discouraged from that, and may get upset at that, or it just might not work. Or he knows me and that snaps me right into it. So that's kind of his style. He just kind of knows who he's talking to when he goes about it that way.
Absolutely. And Inferno's known for his boxing and hit style conditioning. How much of your training for this specific fight has been technical versus pure gut check conditioning?
Actually, most of it has been technical. We do a lot of conditioning as well because you have to. But one
Hmm.
thing we did differently this time is a lot of like technical sparring, not necessarily going to take each other's heads off and take a lot of injuries and damage, but just a lot of training that just makes a lot of sense. Implementing your game plan without damaging your body, but doing it also in real time as well. So it's not just pad training every day or just bag training every day. That's kind of how we went about this one. And I feel great about it. I feel real sharp. I think it's going to work great.
And you're bouncing back with you've been in some absolute wars in the past, including matchups and Triton fights and USKBA title bout. Looking back at your fight with Rafael Slick Sanchez and your early Triton fight appearance, what's the biggest lesson you've learned about yourself as a fighter?
I was at the one where I got touched on the button.
I believe so.
Yeah. uh, I just in that moment, honestly, I just learned that I can't get overzealous. I was actually winning that fight like very, very convincingly, and the hands went down, and I just came in for a big overhand, and I got touched by I think it was a left hand, and it wasn't even hard, but it was just right on the button, and it was just a rookie mistake. I was an amateur then, and it was an
Hmm.
amateur mistake, and that's what I took from that. Is no matter what, you have to respect that a punch is a punch, and he has a puncher's chance, and you can't just go flying in there like that.
Absolutely, and in your early career, you had a wild finish and then a DQ reversal at Triton fights. How was your like you were talking about being young and aggressive? How would you say you've evolved for this fight? What have you done differently to improve as a fighter?
I think right now, I think the biggest difference of me going in is going to be how I handle nerves in a situation and how I kind of stay calm and focus on a certain game plan. Where I think in the past, obviously, my coach always had a game plan for me, and we always had a system in how we train. But a lot of times, as an amateur, or even as in the first pro fight, you kind of go in there and the game plan kind of goes out the window, and it's a lot of who's going to hit who first, and everything just kind of gets jumbled together. And I think this time you're going to start to see the skills that I've had the whole time actually come together and see me move like a professional in there, not like I'm just going to race to score a point.
Absolutely, and you have a fight song picked out for February 7th?
Right now, I'm thinking of "Right Now" by Fire from the Gods,
Okay,
but it's just a thought for now.
is that something that like turns the switch on for you that changes like your personality when you're walking into the cage?
Yeah, I actually heard it recently, and it kinda turned the brain on a little bit. So that's why I thought I'd be using that one. Yeah.
Hyped you up a little bit. And you're talking about the nerves walking out. Like, do you have nerves? Like, do they set in like early in the night, or are they like just kind of when you're just walking into the cage? Like, take us through walking into the cage for yourself.
Um, I think walking in it's definitely exciting. I think it could be nerve-wracking till you hear your music. And, one thing that Mike told me back when I did my first amateur fight with him is you have to kinda get lost in it when you hear the music a little bit. And you have to kind of forget about how your family's there and everyone and just think about how everyone's there to watch you. More everyone's there to watch you win and act like everyone like you're the main event. So I think rather than get nervous, I'm just going to go back to that and go back to remembering why I do this and how much fun I have doing it and just get lost when the music comes on and just take it from there.
Some of, as the kids say, some of that main character energy.
Right, right.
Awesome. And prediction: the fight ends in a finish. How do you see it happening? How do you see this fight unfolding?
Well, without giving my game plan away, I think he's going to be very concerned about certain areas of the body that I'm repeating to hit, and when that happened, is going to open up a lot of other things, and that's where I think maybe something like maybe you might see another head kick again. We'll see.
Nice, nice. Every fan loves a head kick, that's for sure. If you can, I guess, like, dream scenario for yourself, is it the head kick or is it, say, a body shot to put someone down or a leg kick that cripples them?
I think
What would be the
dream scenario is always just a knockout.
knockout?
Every fight's a little bit different, and you never want to get overly caught up on one specific strike and just go in there and repeatedly do that. So really, I think this time I'm not overly concerned with a certain finish. This time, I really just want to go in there and look like a professional and take it slow and do my thing and pick out what's there.
You believe you always hear people say when, like, especially watching UFC fights, someone hasn't fought in a while, "Oh, there's ring rust." I personally don't believe that. What is your thoughts on that? Do you believe you're gonna be a little slow getting in right away, or you think you're gonna be a little rusty trying to get into the groove of things, or you're feeling confident, ready to just go?
Yeah, I think any rust that may or may not have been there, I think I got out long ago in the gym. And I've went around to other places too to kind of give myself some similar nerve feelings of different people and different looks and more competition and things like that. And I feel I've handled all that well. I know myself as a fighter. I know what's made me nervous and what hasn't. And I feel very different this time. And I feel very confident. So I don't think anything's really going to slow me down in there this time.
Alex, after you get this head kick knockout, there's a lot of spots in Westbury. What's the spot you're going to get? What's your post-fight meal? What are you doing?
Oh, what's my post fight meal?
Yeah.
That all depends on how tired I am. Sometimes I'm a home. I might go home, but if I'm in the right mood, I'm going for a steak.
Going for a steak?
If I'm
How's it cooked?
tired, I'm going home, but
How are we cooking that steak, though? Anything on it?
not plain, man, just medium rare.
Medium rare, nice, good choice. When you eventually hang up the gloves, how many, hopefully, how many years from now many years from now, what do you want people to say about Alex Santiago's fighting style?
I just want people to think it's exciting, and I just want them to know that, it brings the knockouts. Every time I come, I hit very hard. Everyone's ever fought me, that's always been one thing they said. Win, lose, or draw, they always said, "You hit really hard, a lot harder than I thought you'd hit for your size." So I think, kinda like, I used to look up to a fighter named Pat Barry, and he was very similar. He said big leg kicks, big overhands, big hooks, and he always said, "I just want everyone to know I come and I put on exciting fights." That's kinda similar to how I see it.
Awesome. Um, and then, what's one thing about you? This is a question I ask almost everyone. Is what's one thing about you that nobody knows, but you want to share with everybody?
And nobody knows?
Yeah, it could be like some people might know, but most people don't know. It's something you want to share with everyone. Something unique about yourself. Doesn't have to be about the fight game. Something that makes you you and separates you from the rest.
Um, I don't know. I think maybe people who know me in the gym don't know much about how much I like animals and things like that. I train dogs. I have a horse. I love being around animals. I like to spend time doing that. Maybe that's something. It's really all I can think off the top of my head.
No, it's pretty cool because it's unique. It's like a lot of people, I think, from the outside see a fighter, they expect, just chaos and violence and stuff like that, like aggression, and then here you are working with animals and
Right, right, right.
treating them with care and stuff. I
Whole
think it
different
definitely
side.
shows a different side.
Yeah, totally different side. I deal with a lot of little puppies and things like that, and you have to just have to bring out a totally different side of yourself. Sure.
Absolutely. Any sponsors for this fight? Anything you want to share with us that you're being sponsored or anything you want to get out there that you want the people watching to know?
I don't currently have a sponsor right now. I am working on things like that for future fights. I plan on sticking with this for years to come. This is not going to be a one and done. This is me coming back for years and years. So we'll be working on sponsors. Other than what I'd want anyone to know is, pretty much probably what I'll say after the fight, just who I want to thank, people in the gym, my coach, and stuff like that.
Awesome. Well, Alex, I appreciate taking the time and wish you the best of luck. And I'm looking forward to commentating your fight.
Thanks for having me, brother. I'll see you there.
Absolutely. This is Carol's Corner MMA podcast with Alex Santiago fighting February 7th at Combat at the Space, Lou Neglia's show. Make sure you check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Get your tickets now if you haven't already got them. February 7th. Good luck, Alex.
Catch you later, brother. Thank you.